Good morning, everyone. It's 20 minutes after 10 in the morning. I just finished a cup of coffee. Still things I'm changing in my diet. Um, Knowing full well what's going on with my body, and am I really truly trying to eliminate um, what I know is causing the problems? No, no. And again, and that's where I have to believe that I'm going to be doing the right thing, and that believe that uh, the end result is going to be good. But letting go of things is what's hard. And now, what's going on with my body could very well be the same thing that's going on with somebody else's body, but there's different things that uh, you're doing that will cause, like with you, it might be that you have to stop eating um, potatoes. With me, I might have to stop just eating bread. Different things like that. But it's the same. It's the same health issue. So, but that's what I'm working on. So I only had one cup of coffee this morning, trying to do away with the caffeine. Um, and I believe that I'm going to work towards getting rid of the bread. The bread definitely is I have to get rid of. But some of the other things I'm not sure of yet. Potatoes, no, I don't mind getting rid of the potatoes because I have to cook them. I don't like cooking. My, I really truly don't believe that humans were meant to cook anyway. We were meant to eat fresh fruits off of the trees and carrots and stuff like that because we had teeth. Well, now I'm to the point where I can't eat raw carrots. And I know a lot of you goes, well, you gotta have this and you gotta have that. Well, no, everybody don't have to have the same thing that another human being needs. We're all made differently. We're from the same mold, from the same blueprint, but each one of us have different attributes in our body that cause our body to work the way this body needs to work. So, working on that. Um, I, and it's nice out right now. It's nice, but where I live, which, I'm very grateful that I have a place to live. Don't get me wrong. And I'm right here by my daughter uh, and my grandkids, my great grandkids. I'm close to a store, not as close as I would like, but that's where I'm at. I live in a cold camper in the wintertime. I have a roof over my head. I have my little studio here. And so we're going to see how this works for a little bit. I have a bed that I can get around and I can make. It's pretty simple, not as simple as I'd like it to be, but that's coming. But I put a couple of shorts out this morning. One was 15 seconds. The other one was 3 minutes. Maybe not quite 3 minutes. Um, Talking about living the life that we'd like to live, and each one of us could live the life that we wanted to live. Uh, but we have to do it with faith. We have to believe. Uh, and I didn't want to do this, that people have to go towards the Bible. I think the Bible is sort of like a blueprint about what the universe is, about what the mind is. The mind and the universe, the energy out there, and the heart all works together. And our bodies are like uh, conduits that our brain can imagine what it is that we'd like to have, but it also will take in information that will stop us, uh, put roadblocks in front of us. Sort of like a computer. A computer will come in. I mean, and all of us say, "Warning, warning, warning," and you go ahead and do it anyway, and it destroys your programming on your computer. I think there are things that uh, we do that we shouldn't be doing that will destroy um, those roadblocks that come in and make us believe that we can't do certain things, or different things like that. So um, when when we're told uh, uh, the different guidelines in the scriptures, that we can do this or that, we can have what we say and stuff, and that's all true. It's like a self-help book, and to program our brain and our heart, because all this works together, uh, to with the universe, with the creation that the source, the creator, put in place for everything to work. And now, I was raised in church, but I think there's more to it than what we were taught in church and in synagogues. And there's plenty more to it than that. I believe that you don't have to be a religious person, or a Christian or a Buddha, or I don't think you have to be any of that kind of sect, any kind of religion. I believe that it works for all human beings. That if you believe, we'll say, look, I'm going to use me, and I kind of walked away from this for a while, and let myself believe that because I'm this age, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, that I couldn't do it. But money isn't the only power in this life. What you believe is the power. And you could not have a cent in your pocket, but if you believe that you can do something in this life, if you have that really true belief, knowing and understanding that you can have whatso things you desire, and you believe you can receive them, you can, without any money. I mean, I want you to look up Steve Harvey and his life. Grew up very poor, probably much poorer than I did. Maybe not, maybe about the same. And look where he's at today. He said what he wanted to do, and he's doing it. And he was homeless 3 times. And he took those words from those scriptures and believed that there's a higher being than us. Now, how he went completely about it is probably a little bit different than what I'm doing today, but it all boils down to the same thing. You got to believe that there is a source, a force, a power that when you speak your desires that you've created in your mind and in your imagination that you would like to experience in life, if you have strong enough belief that you deserve it, that you can have it, and sometimes it may take years, but you got to start small, put that vision out there, and but in the meantime, work on where you're at right now. And you'll eventually find yourself in that what you've already stored up here and what you believe you want in the end results. And so that's like with me. It used to be that if I decided I wanted to do something, I just went and did it. The bottom line, I just went and did it. How? I don't know. Like if I wanted to go to Florida. Well, me and the man I eventually married, we grew up sort of like in the family because I had uh, cousins that were cousins to them and so forth. So, but we all ended up together, four of us, and uh, I just turned 18, and somebody said, well, let's go to Florida. All righty. I didn't have any money. I didn't even really know that much about how to get any money. I knew you had to. I knew you had to work. That was bottom line. And the other woman that was with us had a baby, and the two cousins, boys. One I really liked. I ended up marrying him, and okay, let's go. She's the only one that had a little bit of money, and if I'm not mistaken, of course she didn't tell us. She said, "I've got the money. We'll go." Well, the story behind how we got to Florida and how we ended up having a home. Now, I'll grant you, it looks like way back when was much easier than it is today, but it all boils down to what we believed. We didn't know any different that we couldn't just go do it. We just went and did it. Then after I got up and got married, me and my husband, we'd just get up and go. We didn't have no thoughts that we couldn't do it. We could pack up our stuff, get in the car, and go to another state. And I mean, of course, we had enough money to get us there. And unless, of course, the car broke down or something. But we didn't even let any of that enter our mind. We just got up and went with 3 children and sometimes many animals. And me and my kids would sit in the car all day long while he went and worked construction in the hot, uh, beating sun all day. And then when he would get out of work, we'd go park someplace. And if we ate, we ate. If we didn't, we didn't. Until he got paid, and then we'd go eat, and then we'd go hunting for a place to live. And we just did it. And then after I got divorced and my kids were all grown, And I decided I wanted to go to Arizona. It was a little scary. It really was, because I was doing it by myself. I just got up and went because I believed I could do it. And of course, I had somebody on the other end waiting for me. Now, here I am today, wanting to get up and go back to Arizona, but I've got mental blocks that stop me. Of course, I have that. I like being around my daughter and her family. I like being close to my brother and sister, but I would probably health wise fare better if I was in Arizona because of the hot weather and things like that. And of course, and then the other mental blocks that I have is, well, my legs aren't doing the best in the world, and to get way out there and blah, blah, blah. You know the scenario. I only get uh, $1,200 a month, and how's that going to work? You know, it would take up almost all that in gas to get there. Where am I going to go to? Well, nowadays, I think the planning it's not that carefree young spirit anymore. It's where I need to plan. I need to make a plan to get there, and and possibly know somebody that is on the other end and help me get there, or just make a plan and trust and believe as a grain of a mustard seed. The self-help book called The Scriptures tells you in there that faith is the evidence of things hoped for. No, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And the self-help book, The Scriptures, also say, call things that be not as though they were. So you have to speak it in how you want to see it. And I've done that for a long time, but not in a great big capacity. Now, this would be a big capacity for me. I mean, yeah, I would love to live in a big, beautiful, wonderful house. And I've lived in trailers most of my life, adult life. We lived in the city in my hometown growing up. uh, but I guess I'm not picky enough to where I mean, I am picky to a point. I want a halfway decent place to live in. But a trailer would be fine as long as it wasn't all tore up inside and stuff. And I've done that. I've traveled and I've got in them places. And but I have this idea in my head that I want like um, a villa, a little country cabin, cottage type thing, but I want it where it's warm weather all the time. And that would be Arizona. And here is a challenge for me that, because I've always said that God always gives me what I ask for. And it's such a challenge right now that I feel like I have limitations. Well, my physical body has limitations, but faith doesn't. Faith will give you, along with the universe and the laws of the universe, that when you ask and you believe and you receive. You've got to be willing to receive it. You can ask, you can believe, but can you receive it? Because there's so many obstacles that will stop you from receiving it. And that's within yourself. Well, I can't receive it because I got to live here because I like being around my family. I don't want to leave my family behind. When in reality, probably what would be better for you, for me anyway, is to be in warm weather all the time and to have a vision, to have something to do with my life. Right now, I don't have anything to do with my life except this. And to start uh, believing and receiving that's all I have. Working on my health a little bit, but I believe I could work on my health better if it was warm all the time, and I was someplace where I would have better access to fruits and free fruit, like in my yard, and there's just so many scenarios. I mean, there's millions of variables that can go on in each one of our lives that, man, I know that I can do it. Am I willing? That's the problem. Am I willing? Am I willing to start searching for a place in Arizona? Am I willing to call people up and ask them, hey, could you find me a place out here? This is how much money I've got to work with right now. Right now, I know nobody out there. Now, I did know my ex-husband, but he's just recently passed. And I probably should have done it when I was thinking about it, because he would have found me a place. And but I didn't. So here I am, knowing full well that the dry heat in Arizona is going to be much better for me than staying in the cold in a camper and worrying and stressing out over how I'm going to get my propane up the hill and that I don't run out during the cold, that I'm not going to slip and fall in the snow, all that kind of stuff, because my legs right now are not the sturdiest. So I know that it would be best for me to be out there. And my daughter loves Arizona. She would, even though she's working and she's got her family here, she would be coming out many times for a vacation. And some of my grandkids would come too. So what's stopping me? Me. I'm stopping me. So, and what's stopping you? You are stopping you from doing what it is that you really want to do in life. So this video has went on too long now, but remember, you have not because you ask not. And you ask, but you ask wrong. You don't believe that you can do and have what it is that you've imagined. God said to have a vision. and people will perish because of a lack of. And we are not to look at the world and what's going on in the world. We are to have that faith that each of us was given and placed within us, and the ability to imagine and believe and speak. It's all in here. It's in between our brain and our seven chakras. It's all in here. That's what our spine and everything is all up and working through here. And our brain operates our whole body. Again, intentional thinking, intentional doing. Remember, as a man thinks in his heart and believes about himself, that's what he will be. So if you believe you can, if you believe you can't, you're right either way. So I guess I'm sitting right where I'm sitting because this is all the further I can believe I can do. I'm going to have to change my mindset, folks. So you have a great day. I love y'all. See you soon.